Stuxnet, the cyber weapon that destroyed a nuclear plant without firing a shot. In a world where war is waged not only with bullets but with bytes, a new era of silent conflict was born. This is the story of how an invisible and lethal computer code accomplished what missiles and bombs worth thousands of dollars could not. Destroy a nuclear plant without firing a single shot. Stuxnet proved that the critical infrastructure of any nation is vulnerable. It turned code into a missile and industrial control systems into wartime targets. Welcome to the new battlefield, cyberspace. The year was 2010. Iran was advancing its controversial uranium enrichment program at the underground facility in Natanz. Thousands of centrifuges were spinning at supersonic speeds, a target of major concern for Western powers and especially for Israel. The response to this threat was not military but cybernetic. Under the codename Operation Olympic Games, a secret collaboration between the United States and Israel initiated the development of an unprecedented digital weapon. The objective: to sabotage the Iranian nuclear program from the inside out. Stuxnet was the result of years of work, a reverse engineering and malware development project that cost millions. It was a precision weapon tailor-made for a single target. How did Stuxnet get into a maximum security facility that was disconnected from the internet? Well, it's believed the initial infection occurred via a contaminated USB drive, what we call a bad USB, introduced by agents or unsuspecting employees. Once inside, it used the internal network to spread. I actually have a video on my Instagram talking about this kind of USB. It's not just any USB. It's a USB that simulates a keyboard. So most likely this is the type of USB that was used, I believe, because it's very easy to block a standard USB on Windows, on Linux, and so on. Especially in a nuclear power plant where security must be heightened. It used not just one but 4 zero-day vulnerabilities in Windows. These are flaws unknown even to Microsoft. Furthermore, it stole digital certificates from legitimate companies to appear as trustworthy software. This allowed it to move freely and undetected, completely stealth. Its ultimate target wasn't Windows, but rather the Programmable Logic Controllers known as PLCs from Siemens, which managed the centrifuges. Stuxnet contained the specific code to reprogram these PLCs, altering the speed of the machines in a way that was imperceptible to the operators. The attack was a masterpiece of engineering and sabotage. Stuxnet executed a two-phase attack. First, it accelerated the centrifuges from 1064 Hz to 1410 Hz for a brief period, causing enormous stress and wear. Then it drastically decelerated them to just 2 Hz before returning to normal speed. This cycle of stress and fatigue led to the self-destruction of about 1000 centrifuges. The stroke of genius was a digital man in the middle. Stuxnet intercepted sensor data and fed back false readings, making operators believe everything was normal while the destruction was happening in real time. They only realized there was a problem when the machines literally broke. The anomaly was only discovered when the worm, due to a programming error or carelessness, leaked onto the internet and began infecting computers outside of Natanz. It was the Russian security company Kaspersky Lab that identified it and unraveled its complexity. And this is where the confusion with Eternal Blue begins. Stuxnet used 4 zero-day vulnerabilities, but not Eternal Blue. Eternal Blue, an NSA exploit leaked in 2017, exploited a flaw in the SMB protocol on Windows. In fact, I have a video exploring this vulnerability on my Instagram. It was the basis for devastating attacks like WannaCry. So Stuxnet was the precursor. Eternal Blue was an evolution in cyber warfare. Both are exploits from intelligence agencies, but with different targets and methods. Stuxnet not only delayed the Iranian nuclear program, but it also redefined geopolitics. It proved that the critical infrastructure of any nation is vulnerable. It opened Pandora's box of cyber weapons, inspiring subsequent attacks against power grids, water systems, and transportation worldwide. The lesson from Stuxnet is quite clear. The line between the digital and physical worlds has disappeared. Cybersecurity is no longer just about protecting data, but about protecting lives and the infrastructures that sustain society. The cost of a cyber attack today can be measured in human lives and the collapse of essential services. The story of Stuxnet is a warning. The silent war continues and the next cyber weapon could be waiting, hidden somewhere in the code. The future of global security depends on who controls the data and the code. If you like the video, subscribe and leave a like.